and you pointed it out, great job Coach Overton did, Madison Chambers, knowing you have to play the way the officials are calling it. If you're going to the rim and you're getting to the free throw line, keep on pushing it to the glass.
Unique box score for Oklahoma Baptist against Henderson State on Thursday night. It featured 4 players reaching 10 or more points. Madison Chambers had 18, Erica Ankney had 14, Jaden Getman had 14, Jill Leslie a double-double with 14 points. That's now 2 straight games that Bo Overton's team has achieved that. Under Overton, who's now coached 60 games here on Bison Hill, his record 27-33. It's only the second time Oklahoma Baptist has produced back-to-back games with 4 double-figure scores. The previous occasion was all the way back in 2021, back-to-back games against Midwestern State in Cameron on November the 23rd and 27th. I love the balance, and Scott, you and I talked about this driving home after the game on Thursday night. Erica Ankney obviously has elevated this program with her play at the point guard position. But if you want to single out one player that to me is the reason for the resurgence in women's basketball, it is Maddie Chambers. Her hard work has paid off. She is having a career season. And you're right, I think we still have not seen the best from her nor from her teammates.
Yeah, because Madison Chambers can hit the three. She didn't even attempt one Thursday night. But her dribble, she's beating everybody off that first dribble, that first step. She's right-handed, uses the left hand actually more than the right hand. I'd like to actually see some more right-handed shots, even though I love the left-handed shots, because she is so strong with that right first foot step. I think she can get to the goal quicker. And then you talk about Madison Chambers, her improvement, vast improvement from her junior year to senior year, because she wasn't even a full-time starter last year.
14 points, 10 rebounds for Jill Leslie. For Leslie, it is her 3rd career double-double. All of them have come in this building. All have come against Arkansas schools in the Great American Conference. The last time she went back-to-back for double-doubles was against Arkansas Monticello in Southern Arkansas on February 17th and February 19th here on Bison Hill a year ago. 7 block shots for the Bison defense against Henderson. That matched a season high set in early December at Southwestern on the road win over the Lady Bulldogs. Now the bad news, and this is something that's got to get cleaned up, because especially going to the road to take on Harding and Arkansas Tech next week, 15 offensive rebounds for Henderson State on Thursday night. That's the 9th time in 11 games this year that an OBU opponent has had 10 or more offensive rebounds. Northwestern and Oklahoma Christian had 17 respectively. That's just a number, Scott, that does not align with a team that's 9-2 and 5-0 overall.
It does not align, but that means that OBU is playing a lot better in other phases of the basketball game to overcome that to win. Not only did Henderson State have 15 offensive rebounds, Oklahoma Baptist just had 5 offensive rebounds, so you're out-rebounded by 10 on that offensive glass, and giving those teams those second opportunities, that's why Henderson State actually stayed in the game there. I think the Bison were going to put them away there early, but as you mentioned, that's a huge stat right there, and that's why the Reddies stayed in the game.
As part of her double-double, 2 more block shots for Jill Leslie, the sophomore from Wichita Falls, now is up to 44 career blocks in less than a season and a half, and she has been super efficient one dog in the last 3 games. The Wichita Falls, Texas native has averaged 11.7 points per ball game, 7.7 rebounds, dished out 7 assists, and recorded 9 blocks over the last 3 games, and in doing so, she shot almost 54% from the floor. She looks like Jill Leslie has her basketball legs now and not just coming out of volleyball.
Exactly, Todd, because at the beginning, Jill was missing a lot of those bunnies down underneath in the paint. Thursday night, 5 of 7 from the floor. You mentioned the 2 block shots of the 7, but let me add Sierra Copeland. She only played 9 minutes and 23 seconds. She had 3 blocks. And not only is Jill Leslie and Sierra Copeland blocking shots, they're altering the shots as well that don't go down in the stat sheet. And then here's another valuable tip. Jill Leslie, so valuable in the paint. She's the only girl that hit a three-pointer Thursday night, and that opens up other things in the inside.
Bison coming averaging 5.3 made threes per ball game, giving up 7.5. They shoot 33.5% from beyond the arc, but they continue to defend the perimeter well. Opponents shooting under 37% for the field and 31% from three-point range. Today, Ouachita Baptist comes in with a record of 4-5. They have lost 2 straight. They're 1-4 in conference play. Their latest loss was Thursday night at the Sawyer Center in Bethany, 76-56. I'm still telling you, Scott, this is a dangerous Ouachita team. They haven't had a lot of success in women's basketball over the last decade. In fact, you have to go all the way back to 2012, 2013 to find the Lady Tigers' last winning season. They finished that year at 17-10. But there's been something about these two programs that when they get together, it's usually a back and forth, really hotly contested affair. And I expect much of the same here today.
Well, before the vast improvement of the Oklahoma Baptist women's team, you remember that was the only victory was Ouachita Baptist on the schedule a few years ago. But how about that outstanding freshman last year, Aspen Thornton, that was with Ouachita Baptist? She had the inside-outside game, crossover dribble get. She could score. Scored 41 points on the Bison in Ouachita, or I think here in Shawnee's floor. But they replaced her with another freshman, Madeline Tipton, and then Lainey Mears was a great three-point shooter too. She was a freshman sophomore that Ouachita has.
Thornton, I'm glad she is for Abilene Christian's opponents to have to deal with now. She was the conference freshman of the year, first team All-League a year ago, scored 43 as a freshman for Ouachita against Arkansas Tech. She averaged a Division II best 23.4 points per ball game, and again she has left Arkadelphia for Division I basketball at Abilene Christian. Last year she had 41 points in a wild win. OBU trailed Ouachita by 11 points with 5 minutes to go in the ball game. They won it in overtime, 90-86. And they were able to overcome that 41-point game thanks in part to Kennedy Large, who had a career-high 18 points. Bison were sizzling for the foul line. They shot 46 free throw attempts, made 35. In overtime alone, Oklahoma Baptist was 9 of 10 for the Stripe, and they made 4 of 5 field goals in the extra period. We need to see more from Kennedy Large, and I think we will see more from Kennedy Large. Against Ouachita here a year ago, set a career high, as I just alluded to, and that's the type of player I think she's capable of being on a night-in and night-out basis. Maybe not 18, but has a chance to give you solid numbers even into the double-figure category.
Hey, we've seen her do it before, and I totally agree with you. I think there's a lot of players on the Bison that can go up, so that's going to make it more difficult for Coach Overton to see who's going to be on the floor at the right time. But this roster has improved, and it's getting deeper. The players are improving. Of course, you know, Jill Leslie, Sarah Copeland were freshmen last year. They're taking that jump to the sophomore, big improvements. You talk about Madison Chambers, her massive improvement. Malou Savannah, Melissa Southard have all improved. So the team is getting better, and I still think there's more potential.
Ouachita 1-3 on the road, 0-3 at Great American Conference play. Oklahoma Baptist 4-0 inside the both 3-0 in the conference, and they have been really good under Bo Overton's direction here at home, winning 15 of 28 ball games. Bo in his career 1-1 against Ouachita. Both of those came last year. Ouachita's win was on their home court. Oklahoma Baptist defended here in Shawnee. Overton in his first season, because of the pandemic, did not play Ouachita in the regular season, so this will be just his third game in 3 seasons against Robert Dallimore and the Lady Tigers. When we return, we'll hear from Bo himself as he sits down with Scott Wanish as our pregame show continues. Ouachita and OBU this afternoon here with the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits KGFF.
in the Great American Conference, 8 wins in a row. What's your secret here that you guys keep rolling?
Well, I think one of the things we're doing is, of course, you always want to protect your home court, and I think we've really set that as a goal for us to let's protect our home court. I think the other thing we've done well is just really playing one game at a time, one quarter at a time, 1 4-minute segment at a time. Sometimes that gets to one stop at a time. So we really kind of have the blinders on, focusing on those little victories and those little things that we win. And so far it's been okay, and we just got to keep going.
Jill Leslie, 5 of 7 from the floor, Thursday night's win, 10 points, double-double. 10 rebounds, 12 points, and then 2 block shots, not only, as we know, as the block shots, but the altered shots. She's coming on more and more as a sophomore.
Well, you'd think the coach would be smart enough to get her more, touches down there, but we're trying, and Jill's doing a great job. She always does, and she just plays so hard and so smart. And you're right. She's really coming on. She's got a lot of confidence right now, and we need to get her the ball.
You talk about holding home court. You've got another home game here this afternoon, Ouachita Baptist. Now, Aspen Thornton was that great freshman that we knew about last year. She had the inside-outside game, go by you off the crossover, the three-pointer. But you talked to me, they have a freshman to replace her named Madeline Tipton, and then they have Lainey Mears left over that can really shoot the three.
Yeah, we held her to 41, here last year, and somehow won that game. But no, he just keeps continuing to bring in, really skilled players that can shoot it and handle the ball. And this new freshman's no different. This is a team that has a ball handler that can get downhill on you, and then they've got people in the corners that can shoot it. And we're going to have to really focus and be good in transition defense and keeping them in front of us today.
On Thursday night, you said, well, we're not going to give up layups. We're not going to give you paint shots. So there's going to be some three-pointers on us. Is that a concern today with the three-point shooting mechanism that the Tigers have?
It really is. We have to. I hope we're getting a little better and more focused. We can't take all of them away, but I think we can limit teams a little better. And I thought we limited Henderson a little. Instead of them getting 35 or 33 up, I think they were in the teens or whatever. So it'll be the same today. We need to limit them on how many open threes they get, and hopefully we can contest them and make them put the ball on the floor.
I know you play game by game, but that's another confidence issue. You said at the beginning, Henderson State coming out, it's a great team. You guys knocked off Henderson State, so there's got to be some confidence here, but I know the focus is on Ouachita.
It really is, and the thing about this game, too, I think the two teams are very similar. This team really hangs their hat on defense. This is another notch we're going to feel on defense where, they're going to guard the ball extremely hard. They're going to get out and deny passes, and so we're really going to have to be focused and execute and do all the little things really good today.
Okay, looking for 6-0 today.
All right, thank you.
Scott Wanish visiting with head basketball coach Bo Overton to get his 1-1 against Ouachita. Bo 27-33 here at the helm of Oklahoma Baptist women's basketball. Let's take a little deeper dive into the Great American Conference standings. Oklahoma Baptist, Harding, Southern Nazarene all begin this Saturday afternoon at 5-0 in the conference. OBU's 9 wins, tied with Harding for the most overall in league play. Arkansas Tech is 4-1. Henderson State is 3-2. Northwestern and Southwestern are both 2-3. But it's Southern Arkansas, Ouachita, Arkansas, Monticello with Southeastern at 1-4. East Central 3-6 overall in the conference basement at 0-5. Everything else around the conference tip it off today at 1 o'clock. In addition to this game, Southwestern is hosting Southern Arkansas. Henderson State is at Southern Nazarene. Arkansas Tech at East Central. Harding at Southeastern. Arkansas Monticello at Northwestern. When we return, we'll have a look at the Ouachita Baptist Lady Tigers as our pregame show continues from Shawnee. This is Oklahoma Baptist basketball for the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits, KGFF. Okay. If they paid me by the word, that'd be a different deal, but they don't. So, no. Points a ball game. Gave up 76 at Southern Nazarene on Saturday or Thursday night, and they turned the ball over quite a bit. Their turnover margin is minus 1.7, and they're averaging 20 turns per ball game to the opponent, Scott, getting 21.3 points per game off of the Tigers' mistakes.
Well, that tells you something. They're missing Aspen Thornton with the ball handling right there. So a lot of teams are pressuring the Tigers, and so you can force a lot of turnovers. I expect Madison Chambers to jump some passing lanes, get some going coast to coast the other way. And then another thing that you see out here, as you said, they don't defend. They're severely outsized by Oklahoma Baptist. So you have 6'3" Sierra Copeland, 6'3" Jill Leslie, and then Getman's over 6 foot as well. If Coach Overton elects to do that, I think is what he's going to do is probably pound the ball inside and make them foul them, and he's wanting to get to the foul line again like they did so many times in that overtime victory a year ago.
Bison are one of the top teams in the Great American Conference in scoring points in the paint. Ouachita, they're pretty good too with their guards. They're able to get deep. However, you look at block shots, and here's one of the real differences in this team. Ouachita has 14 blocks in 9 games, an average of 1.6. OBU has a total of 42 block shots, averaging almost 4 a game. And Jill Leslie herself with 19 has more block shots than Ouachita Baptist as a team.
You know, Leslie's doing such a good job at hitting that ball at the pinnacle. She keeps her arms straight up and down. Sometimes she's blocking shots from the shorter guards without even jumping. That's amazing in itself. And another huge stat, I mentioned earlier, Copeland, only 9 minutes and 23 seconds. How do you get 3 blocks in just that short amount of time? And then one other thing that you mentioned, kind of what I'm worried about Ouachita is the sharp shooting. With the 2-3 zone, OB is going to have to get out and cover those, especially Lainey Mears. Lainey Mears is money. I was watching her shoot here from the left corner, hitting nothing but net in warm-ups.
All right, a reminder that Bison Athletic Association donors are making a direct and tangible impact to the success of more than 450 OBU student-athletes in the classroom, in the community, into the fields and courts of competition. When you give to the BAA, you are truly invested in champions. Learn more and sign up today at obubison.com/BAA. That is our pregame show this afternoon from Shawnee, and Bison Hill inside the Noble Complex. Coming up next, it's first place Oklahoma Baptist and Ouachita Baptist, the first of two meetings this season here with the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits KGFF.
Once again, fans, good afternoon and welcome to Pregame Arena Double Contest for OU Bison basketball. Today's matchup.
Thank you, sir.
Baptist University Tigers and your Oklahoma Baptist University Bison. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand and join us for today's invocation, given by OU Bison Hall of Famer, benefactor John Louder, and please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem performed by the OU Bison Brigade.
Father, we come before you today with gratitude in our hearts. Gratitude first for the two schools and the work they're doing to further your faith in our schools. Gratitude also for all of those who have won the various uniforms of our government to provide us with the safety and freedom that we much too often take for granted. And most of all, gratitude for your son Jesus, who stepped out of eternity into time and space to give us the opportunity to spend eternity with you. Watch over all of us now, keep us all safe and in the center of the world. Thank you.
Our national anthem here from Bison Hill in Shawnee. Todd Miller, Scott Wanish welcome you inside the Noble Complex for round one of two matchups this year between the OBUs of the Great American Conference, Oklahoma Baptist University, and Ouachita Baptist University. Time now to meet today's starters. First of all, for Robert Dallimore in his fourth season in Ouachita, he will start Audrey Winfrey, a 5'11 freshman from Hot Springs, Arkansas, averaging 4.2 points per game and 1.9 rebounds. Grayson Fairless will start, a 6-foot freshman from Mena, Arkansas, averaging 2.9 points and 2.8 rebounds. Michaela Miller is in the starting lineup, a 5'7 junior from Little Rock, Arkansas, averaging a Ouachita best 14.1 points per ball game and 5.7 rebounds. Lanny Mears will start at a guard. She's a 5'6 sophomore from Valonia, Arkansas, averaging 13 points and 8 rebounds a ball game. And their fifth starter is Heidi Robinson. Robinson is a 5'9 freshman from Marmaduke, Arkansas. Her scoring average 6.8, her rebounding average 2.7. Robert Dallimore, prior to Arkadelphia, was a 10-year assistant at Arkansas Little Rock. He was the associate head coach there. As an associate, as an assistant, and as a head coach, Dallimore's head coach here, his record is 659 wins, 324 losses. As a head coach, both at the high school and the college level, he's 339 and 160. Now the starters today for Oklahoma Baptist, no change for Bo Overton. Madison Chambers, a 5'11 senior from Muldrow, will start. She had 18, 2 rebounds, 2 assists in the win Thursday night here against Henderson State, averaging 13 a game and nearly 2 rebounds. Jill Leslie coming off her third career double-double, her fifth double-figure rebounding game as a Bison, a 6'3 sophomore from Wichita Falls, now averaging 4.5 points and 5 rebounds per ball game. Kennedy Large will start. She's a 6' sophomore from Bing, averaging 4.5 points and 3.8 rebounds. Last year, an Oklahoma Baptist win in overtime against Ouachita, she set a career high with 18 points. Erica Ankney is a 5'7 graduate student from Harrop, began her collegiate journey at ORU, transferred to OBU from Oklahoma City University, averaging 19.4 points per ball game and 3.4 rebounds. And Jaden Getman, the freshman, has played now and started in all 12 games. She is 6'3 out of Stratford, averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds. Bo Overton, we gave you this number on Thursday night. It bears repeating. His first 23 games here at Oklahoma Baptist, he was 4-19. His last 37 games, including the win over Henderson, he's 23-14, 1-1 against Ouachita. And again, his team's 15-13 inside this building, and winners of 8 straight overall on the year. One Dog, this should be fun, always is. Anytime you get a chance to tip it off in the Great American Conference, one of the most underappreciated and top college basketball leagues at the Division II level as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think NCAA Division II basketball is fantastic, men's and women's, and I'm looking at Lainey Mears for Ouachita right now. She's got her left hand taped up, kind of a brace, but don't let that fool anybody. I'm telling, she will light it up if she's left open.
Unique uniforms for Ouachita, purple and gold with the Ouachita logo on the fronts and the gold number underneath the logo. OBU the home white, green, and gold. Bison women will go from left to right, and here we go. Jill Leslie and Audrey Winfrey to oppose each other, and the young Lady Tigers have won the opening tip. First position of Ouachita. Left side in front of us is Michaela Miller. 20 already on the shot clock for the Lady Tigers. There's Lainey Mears' second touch. They swing it through the top of the key. Heidi Robinson is making just her second start of the year. Handles it left wing. Now Veers middle of the floor. Shot clock is down under 10. They'll bounce it to Mackenzie Miller at the high post. Understep dribbles to the goal and lays it up and in. And it's 2-0 Ouachita. No surprise, Michaela Miller, the junior from Little Rock, gets the first basket for Ouachita.
Oh, that's a tough shot. She's right-handed up the left side of the lane. Little head fake off the board with the left hand.
Chambers to Getman, who posts right block, and she quickly answers at a turnaround jump for 2-2 with 9:11 to play here in the first period.
Getman right where she left off Thursday night. She missed those 9 shots in a row. Turnaround jumper, nothing but net.
She has really had a good freshman year, and the sky's the limit for the native of Stratford, Oklahoma. Lady Mears puts up a 3. No good. It's at back rims, and there for the rebound, Kennedy Large. She'll touch it out to Madison Chambers. Chambers into the front court right side. Down to Kennedy. Between the circles is Getman. Getman to Ankney to the goal. Throws up a runner at back rims, and Miller has the miss for Ouachita.
That's a good rebound by Large on the last time. You got to keep Miller. She's trying to penetrate. Keep her out of the paint.
OBU in a zone defense, and they're stretching out on the wings, protecting against the 3 ball. Robinson drives baseline, backs it out against Kennedy Large. 13 to shoot for Ouachita. Right side with it is Lainey Mears. 2-2 are scored, 95 seconds in. High post with it is Fairless, and she throws it down low, and it's out of bounds. So Ouachita, as we alluded to in the pregame show, very generous with the basketball, averaging 20 turnovers a game and giving up 21 points off those turnovers. Turns it for the first time with 8:20 to play in the period.
Thus far, the 2-3 zone for OBU looks great, challenging, just shots on the perimeter. But as they move the ball around, it's tougher to defend.
Getman drives baseline, bounces it right corner. 3 on the way, good for Madison Chambers. 5-2 Oklahoma Baptist. They've scored 5 in a row since the first bucket of the night from Miller.
Good news there. OBU only had 1 3-pointer Thursday night. That was by Leslie, and that's going to open up the dribble for Chambers.
Robinson to Miller, who fumbles it near the Bison logo, center circle, high-low action. Fairless dumps it down low for Winfrey. Now to Miller, who drives left corner for Robinson. 7 to shoot. These possessions really being strung out by Ouachita, and there's the equalizer from Heidi Robinson. Robinson knocks down her 12th 3 in 30 tries, and it's 5-5, 2.5 minutes deep.
Bad news there. She's another freshman.
Yeah, they're really young. Ankney to Chambers. Chambers around a rub out high from Leslie. Moves back to the right. Gives it to Erica in the right corner. Ankney into the paint. Cross court's left side. Kennedy Large to Jaden Getman. Post left is Leslie, who turns, missed the contested jumper wide left, rebound out of bounds, and it should be Ouachita basketball, as it looked like Kennedy Large last touched it. They will give it to the Lady Tigers.
You know, we talk about more potential for the Bison right there. You have the huge size disadvantage. Only 5'6" Michaela Miller, 6'3" Jill Leslie. She doesn't have to act like she's altered on that shot.
Stutter step dribble. Miller gets into the paint, bounces it down low. Going up and scoring is Fairless as she took a dribble inside the right block. That's 5 straight now by Ouachita. They lead by a deuce.
Fairless just stood there underneath the right block. Nobody guarded her.
Chambers spins around out front, bounces to Getman. Jaden tries to drive, cut off near the block by Tipton. Battling in for the first time, one of 3 double-figure scores. She's a freshman. Ankney with a series of screens, drives right, scoops it up, and draws the foul. And that's going to go on Lainey Mears. It's the first whistle against either side with 6:43 to go in the opening period. And OBU with a couple of free throws can draw even again. And off the bench comes Abby Harrison, a 6'2" freshman from Hernando, Mississippi, averaging 6 points, 2 rebounds. She pulled down 4 boards in 6 minutes at Southern Nazarene. Ankney, one of the better foul shooters in the conference, knocks down the first. OBU did not have, by their standards, a great free throw shooting night against Henderson State. They were 20 of 29. They came in number 1 in the conference. They've fallen down to 79% for the year. Both free throws are good. At the other end, Harrison gets a layup. That's twice they've been able to find a receiver wide open near the block.
Yeah, it's either penetration or entry pass at the free throw line. That makes the defense collapse and somebody down low is wide open.
Ankney as Mears goes for the steal, pulls up left wing inside the arc. It wouldn't go. Gatlin's follow shot hit the bottom of the backboard, but a foul against Harrison. Abby has her first, second against Ouachita with 6:19 to play here in the first period. Tigers lead at OBU 9-7. After this, the Bison get 2 of the top team back-to-back of the road at Searcy, at Arkansas Tech, and the first free throw is up and good by Getman. If you want my opinion, those are the 2 best Arkansas schools, and you get them out of the way very early in the first of 3 Natural State road trips. Second free throw is good. Getman has 4. 2 from Ankney, 3 from Chambers, and it's 9-9.
There's that big offensive rebound we're looking for the Bison. Getman bullied her way inside to pull that ball down.
Michaela Miller looking for somebody down low, throws it away, and then a silly foul by Madeline Tipton just compounded that careless mistake, and it's now foul number 1 on Tipton.
See, you should credit Ankney with the steal there. She's the one that tipped that ball up there at the right elbow. Kennedy very strong with the basketball for the pickup.
5:54 to go here in the first period. They hand it off to Leslie up front. Chambers right baseline for Kennedy Large. And Large, as she delivers a pass, Getman is going to be called in the paint for a push. And that foul was called right in front of Robert Dallimore, who may have served as a 4th official in that trip down the floor.
You know, I don't even mind that foul because she's getting aggressive. Jaden Getman is getting more aggressive as time goes on.
9-9 the score. Michaela Miller with the top of the circle. Into the paint with it is Tipton, who turns and misses the shot. Leslie peels away from the rebound. Jaden Getman has it. Ankney into the front court. Foul line left. Chambers. Maddie to Jaden out front. They swing it right side for Kennedy Large. Large tries to go over the top for Leslie, and it's tipped out of bounds by Harrison.
Good defensive play by Abby Harrison, who's 6'2". She's a freshman as well. But I thought that Leslie could have caught that ball. She got to go after that ball with more aggression.
Louisiana Monroe sophomore transfer Grayson Williams comes in for the first time. Ankney through the top of the key. Large with it left corner. Against the 2-3 zone. Ankney to Large for 3. That one is short. Rebound to Harrison. Down to Miller, who speeds into the front court. Goes all the way to the goal, 1-on-2 for the layup.
That's Miller's game, is off the dribble. She's really not a profound outside shooter. If OBU can just contain her, stay in front of her, they let her dribble all the way to the rim.
Has half of her total against Southern Nazarene already. In 28 minutes Thursday night, she had 8. In 5 minutes today, she has 4. 11-9 Ouachita Baptist. Miller can score. She's had 2 games of 25 or more of the year. Chambers into the paint, whips it to Leslie from 5, switch. Jill with her first basket, and the assist to Maddie. Tied at 11 with 4.5 to go opening period.
Great job by Chambers. Right up the middle of the gut. The defense collapses, kicks it to Leslie.
Mears tried to lob it down low. Ball deflected. It rolls away from Harrison. Is picked up by Getman to Chambers. Maddie all the way to the goal. Bangs away to the rack and a blocking foul. The foul is against Grayson Williams, who did not agree. And Scott, I think she certainly has a point.
Well, she didn't beat Chambers to the position. I think Chambers was ahead of her from the side. That's going to be a block almost every time unless you beat the dribbler to the spot.
Timeout, 4:24 to play opening period. Free throws upcoming for the Bison in an 11-11 tie here with the Bison Sports Network and KGFM. Okay.
OBU fans, do you want the chance to support OBU student athletes from the convenience of your own mobile device? Text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014 to support BAA student athletes. Donations are fully tax deductible, and every gift makes a difference in the OBU student athlete's life. Again, text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014. For more information, log on to obubison.com. At Boomerang.
And for the Tigers, number 14, Mitzi Kilmola. And for the Bison, number 3, Elizabeth. 32, Sarah Copeland.
11 apiece, 4:24 to go in the opening period. Madison Chambers at 78% to the line. The senior from Muldrow breaks the tie. And we have our third lead change. We've already had 5 ties, Scott, here in less than 6 minutes of play.
Well, part of that is I think the Bison will be ahead, but 8-2, Ouachita is outscoring the much larger Bison in the paint.
Chambers hits both. She has 5 in the 13. OBU leads by 2. Their biggest lead was 3. Ouachita on multiple occasions have led by 2. And a bad pass from Harrison on a kick out of bounds. Nobody was there.
Yeah, sometimes when you have a bunch of freshmen on the floor, that time Harrison, they play a little fast, a little bit nervous out there.
4th turnover for Ouachita. Points from turnovers, OBU 3-0. Ankney's gone all the way to this point in the ball, gave it the point guard. Jaden Getman to Chambers right side against Miller. Spinning to the baseline, back out high to Ankney. Ankney inside the arc, fires a 17-footer, no good. Copeland clashes for the rebound, and she's tied up to go to the floor by Abby Harrison. And because of Sierra Copeland, Oklahoma Baptist will get a reset of this possession.
Outstanding play by the sophomore or freshman Copeland, sophomore Copeland.
OBU 3 of 8 shooting early. They are 1 of 2 from 3. Ouachita is 1 of 2 from beyond the arc and 5 of 7 overall. Rebounds early, 4-3 Oklahoma Baptist. Malou Savannah joins the party out of that last timeout. Now gets it to Ankney through the top of the key to Madison Chambers. 13 of the reset shot clock. Copeland sets a high screen. Maddie moves right to Jaden Getman in the slot. Getman with the left hand with jump stop inside the top of the key. 4 to shoot. Ankney drives. Left corner. Open 3. Chambers barely drew the side of the rim. Rebound to the floor. And Schillmoller, who played 6 minutes only, was 0 of 1 shooting. Her only statistic Thursday night has the miss. Schillmoller will trick her a 3 out front. Follows her shot. Rebound to Grayson Williams. She'll bounce it left baseline for Tipton. Tipton drives. Copeland cuts her off. They bounce it down low, and the layup is missed. That time by Harrison. Missed a bunny at the rim, and OBU with a rebound leads by 2. Savannah on a half-court pass, settles right wing.
How about the rebound by Copeland? She had to reach back for that. They're trying to pull the ball away. She's strong.
Getman leans, misses, rebound underneath to Copeland. She is a rebounding machine. That's already, her second offensive rebound in less than 2 minutes of play. Ankney spins right wing side. Ouachita in what looks to be a matchup zone. Left side, Chambers. Shot clock down to 5. They go to Copeland, who pays it off to the left block.
Hey, good no call by Alan Richardson, the lead official. That was a big flop down there. Nice bucket by Copeland.
OBU with their biggest lead of the half, 15-11. Schillmoller with it, left side of the front court to Michaela Miller. Miller already with 14 of the shot clock. Goes elbow right to Harrison. She'll touch out of the wing. Ouachita working the perimeter against this zone, and Chambers forces another turnover. Poked an entry pass away from Miller, then Maddie comes out of there with it. Veers right into the front court for Ankney.
If they can play the passing lanes like that, the Bison 2-3 defense will be perfect.
Copeland is trapped, very patiently pivots. Finds Ankney to Savannah. Bang! She knocks the eyes out of a 3, and it's a 7-point game, 18-11.
Nice quick dish by Ankney to keep that open space for Savannah.
Out high, Madeline Tipton with the basketball, and timeout, Robert Dallenmore. 1:57 to play in the first period. It's a 30-second timeout. And OBU's on a 7-0 run since we had our third lead change at 13-11. Today's officiating crew, Alan Richardson, Todd Williams, and Steve Searles. Those all, of course, signed to the Great American Conference.
Boy, how about Copeland? We mentioned earlier in the pregame, limited minutes, 3 block shots. just at the start of the game. 2 offensive rebounds and another huge defensive rebound.
She has 3 total lead OVU in that category. They've out-rebounded Ouachita 6-5. Copeland 2 minutes, 3 boards, 2 points, and she's 1 of 1 from the floor. She's still out there with the floor. Hannah Smith, the freshman from Choctaw, comes in. We did not see Hannah on Thursday night. Jill Leslie, Malou Savannah, and Melissa Southern now out there with the floor. So Ankney will get a blow over on the bench as Lainey Mears will trigger it inbounds. Does so between the rings to Grayson Williams. Left side, Robinson. Back to Mears with the right hand, pounds the dribble, gets deep, bounces it over the block, and going up and scoring off the window is Fairless. You know, a lot of their baskets and shots, Scott, have come from in close because of penetration for the guards.
Yeah, and that was Mears got loose from the left corner, who's a deadly three-point shooter. Nice penetration, then the drop off.
Ends a 7-0 OBU run. Southern over the top to Leslie. Good feed. Jill was pushed, but she's going to the free throw line. Robert Dallimore thought that she just was out of position and got too far into the backboard. Instead, it will cost Grayson Williams her second foul, and OBU now is into the double bonus on the 5th Ouachita Baptist whistle of the period.
Dallimore's incorrect. That was a hard body foul. Nice pass by Melissa Southern in between double team. Good receiver by Leslie. Grabs the ball hard, goes up.
Jill Leslie, 62.5% from the foul line this year. Was 1 of 3 on Thursday night. She's 2 of 2 here and has 4 points. Lead back to 7, 20-13 with 1:27 to play in the opening period. Mears around the top of the circle. Bounces for Robinson. Back to Laney. To Heidi. Robinson guarded by Malou Savannah. Cross courts to Grayson Williams. 14 to shoot for the Lady Tigers. Madeline Tipton with the left hand. Gets inside the arc. Tipton a return pass from Williams. Triggers the 3, misses wide right. And the rebound to Malou Savannah, who's played well off the bench. Southern up ahead right side. Hannah Smith, and she'll settle down. Bounce pass to Leslie. Returns it to Savannah left wing. 14 to shoot for OBU, under a minute to play here in the period. Great pass, Southern to Smith, came to the basket. Now she feeds it to Copeland. Misses a 4-footer straight in front of the rim. Ouachita with a rebound.
That was a nice pass to Smith. Smith's got to go up with that ball.
Foul against OBU, just their second here in the first half. Melissa Southern called for her first. Kayla Miller is going to check back in along with Audrey Winfrey. Grayson Williams will go to the bench along with Madeline Tipton. Tipton has had a tough start thus far. She's 0 of 2 shooting, missed badly on a 3 a moment ago. And as they inbound, somebody spilt a drink on the sideline across the way.
Wonder if it was Diet Pepsi.
I hope. That's like colored water because it doesn't have syrup.
You'd be running over there picking that up.
I have one right here that's unopened. I know what you're talking about. That happened the other night after I picked the cord up after the ball game.
Hey, here comes the athletic director. He's going to do some mopping duties, looks like Robert Davenport.
40.6 seconds to play in the first period, 20-13. You know, this may not be a bad thing because of the pace in which this game has been played, Scott. Both teams a chance to catch their second breath.
Well, I tell you, Miller, like you said, has got that breath. She's going to go full tilt here right at the end of the quarter. Only 40.6 seconds left, and she's at midcourt. Mears is going to inbound to her, and Miller's going to try to split Malou Savannah and Melissa Southern for that penetration.
Looking ahead to the men's game, Caden Carter will be out. DJ Freeman with a concussion is out. So OBU is going to be very thin on that baseline against the Tigers in the second game of 2 here today.
I love having Leslie and Copeland in at the same time. This is where you really take advantage of the height and size advantage down low. And then even Dallimore's post players are mostly freshmen. So you got that experience, and then Copeland already playing aggressive. Leslie with a nice reception, getting to the free throw line. So maybe OBU can do a lot more damage here inside.
What do you think about Ouachita's uniforms?
Well, I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, and they're purple and gold.
I'm talking about the design of the
know.
uniforms, not the color.
I like them.
I do too. They've kind of grown on me since they first came out of the floor.
Yeah, it kind of LSU-ish a little bit.
That's exactly right. 40.6 seconds to play, 20-13. Into the front court, Michaela Miller. OBU very active in the zone. Ouachita still 6 of 11 shooting. Michaela Miller right side. Through the top of the key, Robinson wing left. Mears 3 is good.
Yeah, you've got to be on Mears. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. High arcing, that was deep too, left wing.
She shoots 48% from 3. She's really good. And a near turnover. Hannah Smith had it knocked off of her out of bounds. And they're going to say that it was last touched by Michaela Miller.
I tell you, that was a great call by Steve Searles. That was really close. Hannah Smith was there, but I agree with it's right here in front of us. Dallimore doesn't like it, but the purple shirt knocked it out of bounds.
Hannah Smith to Melissa Southern into the front court. 10 seconds to go in the period. Shot clock is off. Mo to Leslie left quarter. She angles up to the wing to Malou Savannah. Savannah drives to Copeland on the left block. She pulls the trigger, misses strong. Rebound to Winfrey, and that'll do it in the first 10 minutes of play. At the end of one, Ouachita closes with a 4-0 run and cut down to 4 at 20-16. Bison on top after these messages. We play period number 2 on the Bison Sports Network and KGFF.
Monday through Friday, starting at 5:49, and a student special that includes a large one-topping pizza.
Okay.
At Boomerang, we are proud to say that word of mouth has filled our restaurants for over 15 years. The appeal to Boomerang covers all ages. Come and visit our Shawnee locations and you will see why we have been voted Best Burger, Best Breakfast, and Best Waitress.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
I'm attorney.
Bison were 2 of 4 from 3. Ouachita 2 of 5. Rebounds even at 7. Offensive rebounds 3-1 in favor of OBU. The difference, the play of Sierra Copeland off the bench. She has a couple of those offensive retrievals. Ouachita basketball to start the second period. Miller drives, trying to cross-court it. Anthony, who's back out there to start the second period, tips it away. So Chambers, Erica, along with Kennedy Large, Jill Leslie, and Jaden Getman, the 5 starters out there to begin the second period. Grayson Fairless with it on the right baseline. Drives against Getman. Good defense by the freshman. Right side to Winfrey. 4 to shoot. Inside the arc, Linton Mears. Her jumper rolls off. Rebound to Kennedy Large. And boy, that was a great rebound. She's very physical. She pulled that one away from Fairless.
Yeah, because Audrey Winfrey was coming trying to dig it out after she pulled it down.
Top of the key, Getman wide open looking at 3. Bang! Jaden Getman hits the third OBU 3 of the night. They had just 1 from beyond the arc against Henderson State. Half-court pass at the other end, and Fairless draws the foul, and it looked like, Scott, that was a clean block on Jill Leslie.
There's no doubt it was clean up top. I'm guessing officials called some kind of body block, but Leslie went straight up and down there.
Only the 3rd foul against OBU today, the first here of the period, and the free throw by Grayson Fairless is good. She's a freshman from Mena, Arkansas. The foul line, she's just 10 of 22, and looked much like that average on that one as it barely grazed the front of the rim. Getman with a rebound. Chambers into the front court, angles left, now spins back on the wing. Jaden Getman reverses through the top of the key to Ankney. Erica spins to the baseline, now left-handed, gets into the paint. Back to Large, swings it left quarter. And Getman tried to throw it down low, and there was contact and grabbing going on.
Fairless
is going to be called for her first.
Boy, did she just shove Jill Leslie from outside the left block about 9 feet. That's not an easy task.
23-17 OBU. We played 70 seconds here in the second period. Ankney gets the return from Getman to the inbounds pass, drives in, throws it up in front of the rim, missed it. Rebound to Ouachita Baptist. Michaela Miller pushes into the forecourt. Is cut off by Chambers. Left block. They'll feed it in the paint for Winfrey. Her jumper no good. Getman with a rebound, and Miller knocked her to the floor, and that's going to cost Michaela Miller her first personal foul.
Well, I love how Getman is really playing mean. I mentioned she missed 9. She hit her first shot against Henderson, missed 9, then started making them again, going strong. She's going strong on the boards, strong after the ball, and then shooting it well.
Foul number 2 against Ouachita Baptist here in the period. Erica Ankney against the man-to-man defense. Goes right wing side for Kennedy Large. Large to Chambers out front. She attacks, whips it left. Ankney, deep corner three, good.
Hey, that might get Ankney going, and it's all because of Chambers' dribble up the middle again, the kick out, wide open tray.
Already 5 assists today for Madison Chambers. Robinson tries to answer, misses it back rim left wing. Getman another rebound. Getman already has pulled down a team-high 5 rebounds in less than 10 minutes of play. Jaden pump fakes, drives, kicks it left to Kennedy Large. Large into the paint, bounces to Leslie on the block, back out front. Getman's three, bang! Bison are starting to heat up, and in doing so, they're pulling away. 29-17.
More penetration, nice kick out by Leslie. Getman very confident today.
Michaela Miller, high post right, nears, lob pass deflected. Getman has it. Turnover number 7 for Ouachita. Ankney veers right, hands it off of the wing to Chambers. Back to Jaden, left side Large. Underneath for Leslie. Leslie backing down, cut out of there. Back to Chambers, left side for Large. Kennedy drives to the goal, had the shot blocked, gets her own miss, throws it up and in, and she's fouled. Holy Toledo, it's all going the way of Oklahoma Baptist right now.
Bison taking advantage of the size difference there and strength difference. Credit Jill Leslie for the steal on the other end. Both hands, she goes up, tips that ball away. That time Large went left baseline, missed her own shot. Come back, gets hard hit for 2 free throws.
So Kennedy Large will try to pay off the bonus. She's 87.5% for the foul line. She already has 2 points, looking for 3, averages 4.5 for the Bison. Shooting lights out for the free throw line. They are a perfect 9 for 9, and they lead it by 15, biggest lead of the ball game. Miller drives to the baseline, cross courts at left corner 3, Schillmoller, no good. Rebound tipped by Duncan. It hit a foot of a Lady Tiger, rolls to the far side for Ankney. She'll attack to the goal, throws up a floater and got it.
She can just whittle right through the defense with ease, and so does Madison Chambers off the dribble, helping the Bison big time.
Timeout, 6:53 to go in the first half. OBU doubling up Ouachita. It's 34-17 Bison on the Bison Network and Classic Hits, KGFF.
30-second timeout, charge to the Tigers, stretch to a full media
Okay.
timeout.
Once one falls, they usually come in bunches.
Yep.
Here at SCI Supply, you truly can purchase with purpose. Whether you're a university, a K-12 school, a local nonprofit, a church, or an individual, we have exactly what you're looking for. And 100% of the profit from your purchase stays here to fulfill the mission of providing vocational training, employment opportunities, and residential care to individuals with special need. So remember, how does your purchase make a purpose? By investing in South Central, the official office supply store of OBU Athletics.
They lead by 17. Bison are 3 of 3 beyond the arc in the second period, 5 of 7 from the floor. They're up to 48%. Ouachita's cooled down from 58% of the first period down to 44% for the afternoon. Lady Tigers looking for their first points from the floor here in the second period. They've only scored 1 free throw here in period number 2. Miller tries to end that, misses a left-hander, left off the glass. Rebound, stick back by Harrison, wouldn't go. Loose ball foul called against Ouachita. And it's against Schillmoller, and that's her first.
Abby Harrison got that easy offensive rebound just at the front of the semicircle because not one person blocked her out.
Large and Southern, Chambers, Duncan, and Savannah out there on the floor. Chambers to Duncan down low. She goes up and a foul.
Well, it looked clean up top.
The problem is now OBU is just getting everything they want in the paint, Scott, and it's creating a lot of problems defensively for Ouachita as Winfrey has her first. Ouachita still with a 2-point lead, 10 to 8 points in the paint, but 8 of those coming for OBU here in the second period as Duncan is in the scorebook hitting her first.
Credit Bo Overton for that a lot. So when Dallimore makes some adjustments on the defense to keep those entry passes in the lane, Coach Overton will do an option and move the ball a different way to get somebody open inside.
Duncan hits the second. It's 36-17. Oklahoma Baptist by 19, their biggest lead in the ball game. Out high, Madeline Tipton. She'll put up a three and got it right over Mo Southern.
Yeah, Melissa Southern did not jump to challenge the shot. She was fairly close. You just got to get your hands up on this team.
Third made three for Ouachita. They averaged 7 makes a ball game. 36-20 Oklahoma Baptist. Southern with it right side in front of Dallimore on the Ouachita bench. Cross courts it for Savannah. Back to Chambers, 13 to shoot. Maddie looks back to over her right shoulder to Bo Overton. Now she penetrates. Sets large up, and she rattles a three home for the right corner. Good shooting, or be it bad shooting, is infectious, and right now OBU is red hot from the floor in the second period.
Somebody we need to get going is Kennedy Large. She dribbles down the baseline, gets a couple free throws and a big three there.
Somebody we talked about on the pregame show. Schillmoller, right corner, out high Miller. Michaela Miller pulls up, elbow right. It rolls off, though, good. Duncan with a rebound. It was poked out of her hands, and they're going to say it's off of OBU. And the reason why is that Duncan wasn't tough with the basketball. She didn't grasp it with both hands.
Exactly, Todd. You got to be strong at this level of basketball. There's going to be a lot of contact. Officials play. You've got to be strong.
Fairless to inbound, baseline right. Shot clock resets for 20 for the Lady Tigers. They go over the top, right front court to Tipton. To Mears, back to Madeline. She bounces it to the high post for Harrison. Left corner to Miller, drives, is doubled that time by Duncan and Large. Now is forced to reset to Mears out front. Shot clock down to 4. Right wing is Winfrey to Mears. She'll pull up at the foul line and a travel call. That's because Melissa Southern jumped and helped double along with Chambers.
Exactly what I was going to say. What a great defensive play by Melissa Southern. Jumps up, does not jump into the dribbler, just cuts her off, and then the dribbler hesitates, drags her feet.
Camden Graves checks in, and for the first time, Kayla Highfill is in. Highfill returned to action for the first time since December the 3rd. Played just under 5 minutes, really no statistics except the rebound on Thursday night. She averages 6 a game and 1.3 rebounds. Southern handles the basketball at the point guard position. Veers right. Duncan with it above her head, top of the key. Guarded by Harrison. Right side to Southern. She's tied up by Miller. That's a turnover, or is it? No, it's OBU arrow.
Wow. She just held the ball right in front of Miller. Miller said, okay, I'll grab it.
39-20 OBU. It's their biggest lead, equals their biggest lead of the afternoon. Kayla Highfill in front of the Ouachita Baptist bench to inbound. To Southern. Mo turns the corner. Savannah with it left corner. One dribble to Graves out front. Camden with it to Highfill. 5 to shoot. Kayla drives to the goal. Shoots high off the window. Missed it. Rebound to Harrison. Here comes Ouachita. Miller pushes the issue around Southern into the body of Savannah, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ballou. But what a great job by Ballou. She did not give ground and stayed vertical.
And I think she gets credit for a block shot. Tipped that ball out of bounds. Yes, very smart play by Malou Savannah.
They have not scored at a block on the monitor yet. Lainey Mears drives left baseline. She's doubled by Graves and Duncan. Now to Miller, 14 to shoot again. Ball knocked free. It rolls out front to Heidi Robinson. To Michaela Miller. They work high-low action and get it to Harrison for the bucket.
Graves has got to recognize that Harrison was right there underneath.
Shot clock expired, and now Southern is just standing dribbling to the backcourt. They're going to get it reset, and now they're going to say that, hey, we need to think about this and see exactly how much time is on the clock. I think they're going to put 27 up there of the 30. So Highfill will come back in front of our broadcast position and inbound for OBU. Women and men at Searcy, Arkansas next Thursday night. Pregame at 5:04 here on KGFF of the Bison Sports Network. Week from today, they're at Arkansas Tech. Mo with it to Highfill. Good pass down low. And traveling called against Camden Graves.
I thought she put the ball to the floor. She didn't have control of it, but Alan Richardson thought that she did, gave her a walk.
Only the second turnover for OBU. They've done a good job of this home stand with turnovers. Miller pulls up to the free throw line. Down high, Tipton. She'll trigger that one, and it's nothing but net. Ouachita has her second. Madeline now has 6. It's 39-25 with 3:19 to play in the half.
Well, you got to be close to Mears and Tipton. They will knock it down.
Southern gets it to Duncan, spins left into the paint, cross courts on the wing to Savannah. She wheels it out front to Heifel off the dribble, jump passes down low for Graves, and it's tipped away. 2 straight empty possessions for OBU. Their lead is down to 14, and the pass goes through the fingertips of Harrison, and Highfield, for some reason, decided she was going to try to save it in bounds.
Yeah, that's a mistake by Highfield. I mean, like you said, clearly off the purple jersey. But I tell you what, I think that was a good pass by Highfield to Graves. Graves has got to be a receiver, come get that ball. She could have had a layup.
Good decision here by Bo to put the starters back out there. You don't want Ouachita getting a lot of momentum. The lead has gone from 19 down to 14. Lady Tigers have scored the last 5. Heidi Robinson with it, right front quadrant. Bounces it to Tipton inside the arc to Miller. She'll take a dribble, pulls up on the baseline, and knocks down the jumper. Michaela Miller with 6 points. And the run continues. It's 7 unanswered for the visitors from Arkadelphia. 39-27 Bison.
That's all right. Miller is not going to score very often from that far outside.
Ankney drives, goes right into the body of Miller.
Jump.
It's a jump ball, and that's a turnover because the arrow belongs to Ouachita.
Yeah, you cannot hold the ball in front of your body when Michaela Miller's there. She will tie you up. That's the second time she did that to Melissa Southard and now Ankney.
Fans, make sure to stay up to date on the latest at OBU Sports by following us on Facebook at OBU Bison and Twitter and Instagram at OBU_athletics. Mears has run off the arc. Miller, top of the circle, tries to drive, can't, pitches right wing, Robinson for 3, and she got it. Don't look now, but that lead of 19 is down to 9 with 2:15 to play in the half.
Yeah, Heidi Robinson, she's a dead eye. Another one of those freshmen. Mears is a dead eye. And Tipton, too, from the three-point line.
Ankney to Leslie, now to Chambers right side in front of the Ouachita bench, and Dallimore. Underneath with it is Getman, who goes left to right, and it's just taken right out of her hands. A block for Heidi Robinson, who has the rebound. Outlets to Miller, slides left, kicks it off of the baseline. Off the dribble, Robinson knocks down the jumper, and Ouachita is within 7 on a 12-0 run with 1:53 to play here in the first half. It's a 30-second Bison timeout. 39-32 is our score.
Yeah, you have those starters sit down for a long time. They'll get a little stiff, get out of rhythm. As you said, the Bison that blew a big lead there as Ouachita is on a roll.
This is a team that looking for some confidence. They're 1-4 of the conference. They've lost 2 straight, and they have found that confidence on a 12-0 run. They cut it down to 39-32. First United Bank, educating and empowering our community to spend life wisely with convenient locations in Shawnee and Seminole. It's the official bank of Oklahoma Baptist University Athletics. Ty Miller, Scott Waters, good to have the best in the business. Bob Beasley back producing our broadcast this afternoon. A little scare, I guess, with his ankle, but all's well. A little inflammation, and he's back working for us again today. Ankney around the screen. Out high, it's Chambers. She tries to drive, can't, net a Leslie right corner. 12 to shoot. Leslie that had it knocked out of her hands. Miller has a turnover against Ankney with the left hand, and it's good. And they've called a foul on Erica Ankney. So it's going to be a 3-point play that could cut this lead down to 4.
That's where Miller gets most of her points. You can keep her away outside the paint. She's right-handed, but a great left-hand drive. Beautiful shot and one.
Bo right now is visiting with Alan Richardson right in front of us as Miller misses badly on the free throw. And then a whistle. And I think OBU and Getman was out of bounds when she ran it down. Boy, as well as everything was going earlier for the Bison, Scott, the wheels have come completely off, and a 19-point lead is down to 5 thanks to 14 straight.
Yeah, not doing things right. Just a simple block out there prevents that.
Fairless drives, and it's a block shot for Leslie. Jill unable to save it back in bounds.
Yeah, now you're going to be in a dogfight, especially when Ouachita regroups at halftime coming out of the third period.
First block for OBU, 48 hours or less than 48 hours after they tied a season high with 7 against Henderson State. Good bounce pass down low, and the layup was good by Madeline Tipton. She has 8, including 5 during this run. That's a 3-point lead.
That's got to frustrate Coach Overton. You got the 3 players on the bottom ring. There's just one player over there that you got to watch out for.
OBU just out of sync on both ends of the floor right now. 1:02 to play here in the first half. Through the top of the key, Erica Ankney. Right side of Jaden Getman. 11 to shoot. The freshman puts it on the floor, hands it to Chambers. Maddie through the top of the key, guarded by Miller, now doubled by Mears. Right corner three on the way, no good from Getman. Rebound to Ouachita. With a three, they can tie and extend the run to 19 straight. Miller instead gets deep and lays it in. That's 18 in a row, and it's 39-38.
Somebody has got to stop the basketball. Miller just dribbled all the way from the back court into all the way for a layup.
30 seconds to play first half. Never seen this before. 39-38. It was 39-20 just a few moments ago. Ankney with the basketball. Lobs it to Leslie out front. The offense just looks like it's lost all rhythm.
Yeah, nobody's driving. They're just letting the pressure take. Allamore went to a man-to-man.
Getman, quarter three, offensive foul. Maddie Chambers on the kick-out pass.
She might have hit her, but I thought that was a flop. Madeline Tipton standing there, just flops down.
Thank goodness halftime is 11.6 seconds away. You need a stop to preserve a lead at the break. 10 seconds to play in the half. Michaela Miller on the front court. 5 seconds to play in the half. Miller on a kick out to Mears. Around the key, pulls up with the stripe, and rolls it home at the buzzer. It's a 21-0 Ouachita run to close the first half. They trailed 39-20. They lead it 40-39 at the break. Our halftime show is coming up after these messages on the Bison Sports Network at Classic Hits KGFF.
Okay.
Estate planning is a crucial step in protecting your family's future. With an estate plan, you can decide how to distribute your assets, make healthcare decisions, and support ministries after you pass away. It involves some pretty big decisions, but with guidance from Water's Edge, you can plan for your children's future, give to kingdom causes, and get expert help along the way. Build a solid foundation for your family. Start your estate plan today. Visit watersedgeservices.org.
I'm Noble McIntyre, and I'm a trial lawyer. But that was not my original plan. I went to Oklahoma Baptist University, and law school wasn't even on my radar. And then, one day it was. Why? Sometimes those with more power than others do instead of doing the right thing because it's the right thing, do the wrong thing because it's proper. The innocent victims are victimized again. They feel helpless and voiceless against a multi-billion-dollar industry.
On the top of Bison Hill at halftime, Ouachita Baptist with a furious rally.
I am not helpless, and I do have a voice. And for my clients, when the fight comes, the insurance company pulling strings in the shadows doesn't face a powerless victim. They face me. For way too long, insurance companies and major corporations have pushed around hardworking Oklahomans. McIntyre Law pushes back. If you need someone that tries cases and doesn't just settle, call McIntyre Law for a meeting at no cost to you. We are McIntyre Law, and we will fight for you.
OBU fans, do you want the chance to support OBU student athletes from the convenience of your own mobile device? Text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014 to support BAA student athletes. Donations are fully tax deductible, and every gift makes a difference in the OBU student athlete's life. Again, text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014. For more information, log on to obubison.com. At Boomerang, we are proud to say that word of mouth has filled our restaurants for over 15 years. The appeal to Boomerang covers all ages. Come and visit our Shawnee locations and you will see why we have been voted Best Burger, Best Breakfast, and Best Waitress.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
I'm attorney Jordan Klinger, partner at McIntyre Law. Before I came to McIntyre Law, I worked for an insurance company that defends cases. That experience provides me insight into how insurance companies operate. That knowledge helps me get the most for our clients. For way too long, insurance companies and major corporations have pushed around hardworking Oklahomans. McIntyre Law pushes back. If you need someone that tries cases and doesn't just settle, call McIntyre Law for a meeting at no cost to you. We are McIntyre Law and will fight for you.
Here at SCI Supply, you truly can purchase with purpose. Whether you're a university, a K-12 school, a local nonprofit, a church, or an individual, we have exactly what you're looking for. And 100% of the profit from your purchase stays here to fulfill the mission of providing vocational training, employment opportunities, and residential care to individuals with special need. So remember, how does your purchase make a purpose? By investing in South Central, the official office supply store of OBU Athletics.
Estate planning is a crucial step in protecting your family's future. With an estate plan, you can decide how to distribute your assets, make healthcare decisions, and support ministries after you pass away. It involves some pretty big decisions, but with guidance from Water's Edge, you can plan for your children's future, give to kingdom causes, and get expert help along the way. Build a solid foundation for your family. Start your estate plan today. Visit watersedgeservices.org.
a 20-0 Ouachita run dating back to the 5:41 mark of the second period. Bison down one, Ouachita on its own. They mixed it between that and a man-to-man. Chambers with it out front, 13 to shoot. Maddie tried to drive deep, spins against Miller, whips it left. Large bangs her way to the paint and an offensive foul. No, they're going to call a blocking foul against Michaela Miller, and that's her second.
Boy, Dallimore doesn't like that. Todd Williams had the block.
I don't blame him. 9:38 to play in the third. 40-39 Ouachita. Ankney to inbound. Gets it to Getman. Back to Erica. Erica being ridden by Audrey Winfrey. Kicks it left corner. Getman drives, goes up against Mears at a foul. And that's Laney's second. And that will be free throws now for Jaden Getman, trying to keep Oklahoma Baptist perfect at the line. They were 11 of 11 of the first half.
Great ball fake by Getman there. She gets the ball in the left corner, fakes like she's either going to shoot or pass, moves Mears a little bit, gets the baseline open. Mears has no choice but to foul her.
Jaden now with team high scoring honors of 11 as she hits the first. That ends the drought, and the second one is good. OBU had gone without points for more than 6 minutes. In fact, it's a 23-5 Ouachita run, now exactly 7 minutes in duration. Right side, Heidi Robinson to Miller. Michaela pulls up at the left elbow, misses the shot, and then the rebound out of bounds. And Large was unable to corral it. I don't know how that happened. There wasn't anybody challenging her.
I know, it was a horrible shot, way to the left, right where you want Miller to shoot outside. All you got to do is just catch it.
Well, inbound to the free throw line, Grayson Fairless. Miller, left side of the wing for Heidi Robinson. They work it down low and a foul.
Looked like Getman got that clean up top.
They're calling Jaden for her second personal foul. It was a shooting foul. So the Hot Springs, Arkansas freshman Audrey Winfrey, who had 2 points at 7 minutes against Southern Nazarene, still looking for her first point here today as she misses the first free throw. Ouachita sees it low and makes and attempts Thursday on the road in Bethany, just 3 of 6 for the foul line. Second one is up, and that one spins off. Rebound tipped, and Leslie has it for OBU. 41-40, Oklahoma Baptist with the basketball in the lead. Chambers elbow left to Leslie, straight on for three, no good. Rebound underneath to Getman, goes back up, missed that one strong. Leslie tips the rebound, and she does so to Robinson. Heidi into the front court, veers right. Ouachita going from left to right. They feed the counter. Fairless, who lays it in.
Well, I like the offensive rebound by Getman. She bodied her way to get that board, didn't finish. That's the difference. Ouachita's finishing on their end.
Getman 3 of 7 shooting, but has 12 points. Ankney cut off on the left block, kicks it left corner to three. Bang! And it's Jaden. On cue, a big one. And OBU leads it by a deuce, 44-42 with 8:20 to play third period.
Great job by Ankney. She hooks around the left side, kicks it out.
Miller, baseline, or right wing jumper off the front of the rim. And again, Large unable to get the rebound. It will stay with Ouachita, and in comes Sydney Duncan, the freshman from OCA in Edmond.
And you mentioned before, there's no other purple shirt there. All you have to do is catch the ball. Great job by Erica Ankney. She pulled the defense to her. They were scared she's coming in the paint. Gamaze leaves Getman wide open.
Miller drives, goes right at Chambers, and now Maddie has her second foul. A little surprised that Getman, who's been the only player to score thus far, is out of the ballgame.
Yeah, some of the rotations, you just you see what's going on. Of course, Coach Overton's worried about defense and offense.
44-42 with 8:12 to play in the third. Michaela Miller jump passes right corner. That's a turnover.
Stepped out of bounds.
Yep, Heidi Robinson at the end of the Ouachita bench was standing to the sideline.
One of your pet peeves. But, you know, part of it was, to her credit, it was a very high pass that she had to pull down.
8th turnover for Ouachita. First half OBU with an 11-0 lead and advantage off turnovers. Something that Ouachita has been problematic for the Lady Tigers this year. 21 a game they give up off their own mistakes. Ankney driving against Miller. Michaela blocks the shot. Ankney ends up on the floor. And that was a clean block.
That was a great block shot by Michaela Miller. You can hear her parents don't like it, but she was straight up and blocked that straight down. Ankney trying to draw the foul by falling to the floor.
7:45 to play third period. 44-42 Oklahoma Baptist. Battle of OBUs here this afternoon on Bison Hill. Ankney into the paint and the foul. And let's see if they call that on the shot on the floor. Should be on the shot. It's against Winfrey, who has her second.
It's going to be on the floor.
They are calling on the floor, though.
And that's a credit to Ankney. She's got that quick first step like Chambers. Gets around Winfrey. Winfrey had to chase her.
Erica Ankney today has been held in check. Just 7 points, 2 of 7 shooting. Erica with it to Leslie, top of the circle. Jill, right side, hands it off in the slot for Chambers. Spins down, goes to the rim and lays it in. There's the right hand.
That is a big-time spin pivot. Take it right at Mears. Think you're going left. The total 360 spin pivot with the right hand strong.
7 now for Chambers. Her third field goal extends the lead to 4, 46-42 with 7:12 to play in the third. Wing left, Mears. She'll drive on the baseline. Now to Winfrey in the corner, up high to Michaela Miller. Miller right side to Robinson. And as they reverse it to Harrison, she was standing to the sideline.
Now, you got to, and you know what? You're right, Mr. Miller. You've got to know where you are on the court. So if you're close to that sideline, you cannot take that step back.
You know what? Once in a while it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, as you described in the previous possession, a high pass, you come down out of bounds. But that was just somebody standing on the sideline. Bison by 4 with the basketball. Ankney cross courts it. Left to right, Chambers. She'll drive on the baseline. Leslie, 15-footer, too strong. Rebound to Ouachita. Tipton has it to Miller. Michaela down the floor, attacks right. Back to Tipton, straight on for an open three. Misses that one off the side rim. Mears runs down the rebound. She bounces into the paint for Madeline Tipton. Tipton will kick it out left corner. Robinson to Madeline. She'll swing it right side. Laney Mears. Mears drives and the ball's kicked by Sydney Duncan.
That saved 2 points, Duncan doing that.
Also gave him an extra 9 on the shot clock from 11 to 20.
I'd rather give him time than points.
You're right.
I tell you, and Jill Leslie right there, who's improving. She let that shot, that three-pointer by Tipton off, bounce in front of her back in the corner, and Mears ran it down. Those balls cannot hit the floor. They need to be caught.
Ankney and Large are out. Savannah and 7 are in. OBU leads it by 4. Michaela Miller left of the paint. Jump passes to Mears. She'll pull up elbow right, misses short. Rebound tipped twice, and Malou Savannah has it. To Southern, up ahead to Chambers. Maddie approaching double figures again. One of the most, if not the most improved player in the conference. Duncan, a little left to right move, comes up short for the block. Sydney follows her shot, gets it back out high to Madison Chambers. To Savannah on a bounce pass back to Chambers. The left-handed layup wouldn't go. Maddie's follow tip spins off. Rebound to Miller.
Nice give and go by Savannah to Chambers. Chambers comes back with a frustration foul.
Miller come heck or high water going to the rim, and she is going to be fouled by Madison Chambers, and that's her third. I mean, she puts that head down, Scott, and she doesn't care what or who's in her way. That's her game.
I like that heck or high water because I think Chambers was frustrated missing her tip and the layup. She was going to foul heck or high water.
I got to quit saying that. I'm going to say the other word. You'll be doing this the rest of the year. Cross-court inbounds pass from Mears, sails out of bounds. And probably a lot longer than that. 5:52 to play, third period, 46-42.
I like the way the Bison come out at halftime. Overton had a good talk with them. Very aggressive on the offensive end. Got to grab those defensive rebounds.
Kayla Highfill out after that timeout. Swings it right side for Savannah. Elbow right, Leslie. She and Chambers, the only 2 starters. Duncan posts and scores on a turnaround on the block.
Nice pass by Leslie. A fake inside by Duncan. Turnaround jump shot outside the right block.
Sydney with 4, her first field goal. The run is 6 straight make that 7 straight for OBU. Miller, foul line left. Tipton whips it across the floor. Mears 3 was in the cylinders, rattled out. Duncan with a rebound and a reach-in foul. Tipton, and that's her second.
Good job by Duncan squeezing that ball. That way she gets the foul called by Richardson. And I'm telling you, Laney Mears hits nothing but net on that three-pointer. But Kayla Highfield runs from just the right of the key, full speed, jumps as high as she can, almost got a fingertip on it to alter that shot just a hair.
Williams replaces Robinson on the floor for Ouachita. Sierra Copeland has come in now for Oklahoma Baptist. And as we look at the floor, there is no starters out there right now for Bo Overton's club. Highfill, a bad bounce pass, and it's stolen away by Madeline Tipton. Tipton drives left, pivots near the block, now leaves it for Williams out front. Grayson around 2 defenders and a foul.
Malou Savannah's got to take that charge. That should be on her.
That's exactly what Bo is saying.
So they're going to call it on Copeland, but Savannah had all day long just to plant up shot, take that charge.
Bo was not happy at all with Malou Savannah not doing what Scott just said and taking the charge. 2 free throws coming up for Ouachita Baptist at the 4:55 mark here of the third period, and Grayson Williams misses badly on a free throw. Ouachita from the foul line has been there 6 times. They are 1 of 6 with that miss.
I think Bo asked Alan Richardson, hey, wasn't that foul on 3 and not 32?
We're going to come to the monitor, I think, and take a look at it. So it's official timeout, 4:55 to go. Third period, OBU by 6 on the Bison Sports Network and KGFF. Okay.
OBU fans, do you want the chance to support OBU student athletes from the convenience of your own mobile device? Text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014 to support BAA student athletes. Donations are fully tax deductible, and every gift makes a difference in the OBU student athlete's life. Again, text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014. For more information, log on to obubison.com. At Boomerang.
Bison able to erase a 1-point halftime deficit, lead by 6, pinning the second Ouachita free throw out of the break. I don't think they changed it. I think the foul does stand against Sierra Copeland. OBU just 3 of 10 here in the third period for the floor, but Ouachita 1 of 6. Has this game not been strange? Ouachita 7 of 12 in the first period, 10 of 18, including 9 of their last 11. Going to halftime and now 1 of 6 here in the third, as the second free throw was good.
Yeah, and at halftime, Ouachita only shot 3 free throws, 1 of 3. The Bison were an untarnished 11 of 11.
Copeland holds it out high with her back to the basket, gets it to Highfill, who drives, and the bounce pass is off of Madeline Tipton's foot. Grayson Williams hit 1 of 2 at the foul line to reduce the advantage to 48-43 with 4:41 to go here in the third.
Yeah, Overton's talking to Kayla Highfield. You need to take that shot, and that's right. Instead of trying to jam it in there, shoot just outside the restricted area just for that short jumper in the paint.
Savannah inbounds to Kayla, left corner. On the wing, Southern. Mo with the basketball. Bounces down low. Getman turns, scores from 4 feet. Jaden Getman, well, she looks good today. Hasn't shot it statistically great, but she's had some big baskets.
Turning around, getting those shoulders square, that's a walk.
Madeline Tipton drug her pivot foot as she was committed to pass, and nobody was there.
Tipton's looking at Richardson thinking, hey, I might have got pushed on that.
Fairless, Miller, Mears, Tipton, Williams out for Ouachita. Erica Ankney comes in, Jaden Getman. Those are the 2 starters, Copeland, Highfill, and Savannah, the other 3 of the floor. Bison lead it by 7, just over 4 minutes to play here in the third. Ankney, left quarter, Savannah, and the pass knocked out of bounds by Mears.
Yeah, Mears thought that was off of Highfield. I think she's right.
Really?
Yeah, I think Mears tipped that and then right off the fingertips of Highfield.
I was about to say, I don't know what she's upset about. It happened right in front of us.
Well, we could reach out and touch it.
Almost got a piece of the action, didn't we? Getman, left side for Ankney. She'll throw up a floater and knocks it down.
Boy, that's a big-time shot. Ankney's taking a lot of hits off the dribble. If she can do that, that's going to end that and then give them off, and she can open up some jumpers.
52-43, Michaela Miller on the wing to Robinson. Now to Miller, and a lob pass goes backdoor and lays it in. By the way, did I tell you about my first ever professional assist I had at the New Year's Eve game? Set it to the floor, ball bounced right at me, threw it perfectly to the official. Assist.
Right in the chest.
Yep.
Okay.
First professional assist, didn't get paid for it. Ankney will drive, pulls up from 6, banks it home.
Boy, what the dexterity by Ankney. The pump fake, moves the defense, dribbles down to the help side, comes up. She's like a little floater on the floor. Beautiful shot.
Miller with it, top of the key, kicks it right side, the 3, nothing but net from Heidi Robinson. She has 14 threes now. 3 of those today. It's 54-48.
And Getman's 6'2". If she just jumps, that's going to make that shot harder.
3 minutes to go in the third. Ankney to Savannah. Miller blocks the shot. Need a pump fake there.
Well, Miller's just so much quicker than Savannah there.
Robinson, they work it down low to Mears, and a foul against Malou.
She let Fairless get inside of her after that block shot.
She's about to come out, too, because Kennedy Large is coming to midcourt. Ouachita will bring in Laney Mears, also Abby Harrison. And Bo is not happy with Malou Savannah.
Here we go. You know, the Bison, he's got to have that right personnel. He's got some good players out there. Bison up 54-48, but there's a lot of confidence in the Tigers right now.
Tipton 10 of 14, her rookie season in Arkadelphia, and she hits the first free throw. Both teams now are into the double bonus for the remaining 2:49 of the period. Ouachita a chance to get a point closer and cut it to 4. They do. Tipton today has a very quiet 10 points. 54-40. Copeland comes out and Jill Leslie is back in. So OBU right now has 4 of the 5 starters out there. The lone exception is Kayla Highfield. Right side, Ankney, top of the key, Leslie to Erica, slot right. Looking for a screen, they roll Leslie. Now it's Highfield. She'll stick a 3. Kayla Highfield knocks down a wing left 3, and it's 57-50.
Perfect shoulder, squared to the goal. Nice shot from the left wing by Highfield.
Lady Mears jump passes for the foul line, whips it left now for Heidi Robinson. Out front, Grayson Williams. Robinson left side for Mears. Shot clock at 13. Mears a deep wing left 3. It skips off. Large with a rebound and a foul. Grayson Williams commits her third, and OBU's walking to the other end for 2 shots.
I like how Large was strong with the ball because that was almost dislodged by Grayson Williams. But, you know, Williams still wasn't blocked out, so that's why you have that little trouble, but the Bison get the benefit of the foul call.
Kennedy Large would have won at the foul line. She's over 88% as a sophomore, and she hits the first free throw.
Big free throws for Large. Huge three-pointer by Highfield.
This next one would make it a 3-possession lead with 2:10 to go in the third, and it is good. Kennedy Large hits both free throws. The Bison are 15 of 15 foul shooting today. 2:04 to play in the third. Bounce pass to Tipton. They'll work it to Mears. Up high, Williams. Right front court, Robinson loses the handle as Erica Ankney helped to force that mistake.
Yeah, you get a graduate player against a freshman. As you said, she helped that. Ankney getting close. You get close to a dribbler like that, you're going to cause some turnovers.
This is the 13th Division II era meeting between the Bison and the Lady Tigers. They have split the first 12, 6-6. OBU's only won once in Arkadelphia. They'll visit the Lady Tigers in February. They're 5-1 against Ouachita here at the Noble. Ankney into the front court, trying to veer right of a screen. They hedge. Fairless is out there with her. Now it's Leslie for the right block who kisses it off the window.
I like that. Leslie, she rises up, takes that height advantage, goes up off the board.
61-50, the lead back to double digits. Lady Mears right off the arc, drives to the block. Leslie cuts her off. Mears is trapped. Then try to bounce it off of a Bison, and Highfield unable to save it inbounds, diving. That's dangerous near the base of the bleachers across the way.
Well, I was watching Highfield. I said, just play that passing lane. That's the only place Mears can go to. And Mears saw her stalk in it, threw it off the foot, and then Highfield almost had it.
Miller's pass goes through the legs of Robinson, but they say it was touched by a Bison.
I think that was kicked by Highfield. They should get extra time on the clock.
Well, they do. They put 8 more seconds up and resets at 20 with 1:24 to play. Mears looking cross court, now lobs into the wing for Heidi Robinson. And her reverse pass does go out of bounds this time.
Wow. I thought, didn't Ankney touch that? I guess not, but Ankney almost had it to go coast to coast, and that ball went here into the sideline.
13th turnover for Ouachita Baptist OBU with a 19-13 advantage off mistakes. Rebounds +1 Bison. They are on a 7-0 run over the last 134 here of the third period.
Boy,
go ahead.
Sorry, Ty, that's huge because the momentum that the Tigers had going into offense, into the halftime.
Highfield with it to Getman. She drives it underneath the basket, whips it left corner, and Ankney was standing to the sideline.
And part of that was she had to go up high for that, and then you try to set your feet, and 1 foot gets back there.
61-50 OBU, 1:04 to play. Third period, Todd Miller, Scott Wanish, Bob Beasley, the crew on this Saturday afternoon from Bison Hill. Michaela Miller cross courts it for Mears. On the wing to Robinson. OBU still in that push-down zone. They bounce it for Miller at the high post. She takes a dribble. Good defense by Leslie. To Mears. Mears Euro steps around Leslie, but misses the layup. That's what you were talking about on the pregame show. Not always block shots.
Exactly. Because Mears, she about made that. I thought she was going to make that. It was a nice Euro step, as you mentioned.
Shots altered. At the other end, Highfield will turn it over on a jump ball with Miller.
Yeah, nice play by Mears. Mears was not covering Highfield. She came over on the double team behind Highfield to tie that ball up.
Abby Harrison has come back in along with Madeline Tipton for Robert Dallamore's club. Ouachita has not had a winning record in women's basketball in a decade. 2012, 2013, that team finished 17-10. This team a game under 500, 1-4 in the conference, but Dallamore has slowly but surely turned this thing around. Michaela Miller into the left front court.
Big stop here for the Bison. As you mentioned, that 7-0 run, crucial. Big stop here, keep the momentum with the white and green.
Mears a long three, misses it front rim. Rebound to Harrison. She's tied up, and then will give it to Oklahoma Baptist. And the shot clock will be off with 10 seconds to go in the third. 61-50 Bison.
Tell you, Abby Harrison, she's a 6'2 freshman out of Hernando, Mississippi. She's in the right positions all the time. OBU's got to get a hard body on her.
They'll bounce it inbounds. Ankney runs it down. 8 seconds, 7 seconds to go. Erica double team right side to Highfield in the corner. Her three is an air ball. Rebound out of bounds off Jill Leslie with 1.1 seconds to play here in the third period.
Yeah, Highfield didn't think she had enough time to get that shot off, rush that.
They inbound it to Miller. She'll get a shot off well behind half court after the buzzer. OBU outscores Ouachita by 12 in the third. They're 10 minutes away from their 6th consecutive conference win, or their 9th consecutive overall. 61-50 our score. Back for the fourth on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits KGFF.
Okay.
Visit Dennis Morris, your Shawnee State Farm agent for all your auto, home, and property insurance. Located 4400 North Kingman. Visit Lowe's today, your one-stop shop for DIY projects and all home improvement.
Specials between 11 and 2 Monday through Friday, starting at $5.49. A special student special that includes a 1 large topping pizza and cheesy bread for $10. Pizza lovers get it. That would have been about $3.50 back in your day, and you would have eaten like a hog. A large pizza and cheesy bread. There's a steal. Ankney all the way to the bucket. It's a 30-point game.
She always comes up. She comes up with 2 or 3 big plays like that a game.
13 for Erica, double figures for the 9th time. She missed some games early. Baseline left with the basketball is Fairless. She backs down and scores.
Yeah, that time she just bodied Jill Leslie, knowing that Leslie can block the shot, just bodied her under the goal.
9:25 to play in the ball game, 63-52 OBU. Chambers wheels in the paint and scoops it up and in.
And Laney Mears has no answer for that. Twice that Chambers did that one-on-one on Laney Mears.
9 points for Maddie today. She's playing first-team all-conference basketball in her senior season. Wing left. They bounce it down low. It's ripped away by Fairless. She misses the bump. Rebound poked out. Ankney has it to Chambers, and she's hammered. And Miller went sliding in to the OBU cheerleaders and to the cinder brick wall behind the goal. That's going to be her third personal foul. Glad to see that Michaela is okay. That was kind of scary.
Miller didn't like that call. She thought it was clean. I thought maybe Chambers saw her out of her peripheral, would pump fake, let her go by, then just lay it off the window.
Chambers is 2 of 2 at the foul line. First one by Maddie is up, and it's good. She has 3 straight. She has 5 here in the second half, 10 for the afternoon. Bison ranked 8th in the Central Region rankings, entering Thursday night's game with Henderson State. First time that's ever happened in the Division II era. And Chambers pays them both off as Harrison will come back into the ball game for Ouachita Baptist.
Another great play by Erica Ankney. Another missed rebound by the Bison. Bounces off the floor, kicks out toward the right wing. Ankney outruns everybody for it, hits Chambers.
Miller left side, the 3 put up, hit softly off the rim. That was Heidi Robinson, Oklahoma Baptist with a rebound with Kennedy Large. Large has 5 retrievals today and a half-court pass through Chambers' fingertips out of bounds.
Boy, you know, a score there might have put the Tigers away. This keeps that momentum, keeps their confidence up.
You say that. I thought there were a basket or 2 in the second period from being put away, and they responded with 20 and answered to take a 1-point lead in the halftime locker room. 67-52 Bison, 8.5 to play.
Yeah, it wouldn't be literally, but I'm thinking in mind games.
You're right. Miller right side, head of the circle, Harrison. Underneath for Mears. She fumbles it, gets it back, goes up, shot blocked. I think it was Leslie.
Leslie from behind.
Yep, and it's out of bounds off Jill, so 6 to shoot for the Lady Tigers.
Now there's another freshman, 6-foot Grayson Fairless. She's getting position inside on Kennedy Large and Leslie. You can't let those freshmen just push them around down there.
Robinson out front, right side it goes for Mears. Moves right and goes to the floor trying to buy a foul. It's a shot clock violation, and Robert Dallimore is beside himself. And they've called a foul on Ouachita after the shot clock buzzer.
That was on Large.
Okay, was it on Large? I
Yep.
thought they were saying tipped it. That is the first against Kennedy Large and the first against Oklahoma Baptist here. And Mears is going to the free throw line. First was up and good. So a desperation heave could work out pretty well, and Robert Dallimore helped call that foul. He's now visiting with Alan Richardson. Second one is good, so it was a 2-point, not a 3-point shot. Mears has 7 points, half of her point per game average, and we get a timeout. 8:11 to play, 67-54 our score. Back to these messages on Classic Hits, KGFF, and the Bison Sports Network.
Vision Bank is an independently owned community bank serving Ada, Durant, Shawnee, Craig, Baker, Sulphur, Davis, and
I'm attorney Jordan Klinger, partner at McIntyre Law. Before I came to McIntyre Law, I worked for an insurance company that defends cases. That experience provides me insight into how insurance companies operate. That knowledge helps me get the most for our clients. For way too long, insurance companies and major corporations have pushed around hard-working Oklahomans. McIntyre Law pushes back. If you need someone that tries cases and doesn't just settle, call McIntyre Law for a meeting at no cost to you. We are McIntyre Law and will fight for you.
Here at SCI Supply.
Looking for the perfect gift for the OBU student, alumni, or fan in your life? Visit shopobubison.com, the official online store of Oklahoma Baptist University Athletics, for the best selection of officially licensed gifts, apparel, and much more. More importantly, proceeds benefit OBU Athletics. Todd Miller, Scott Wanish, Bob Easley with you on this, the 7th day of the new year, 2023. Bison looking to win for the 9th straight time and be 2-0 in conference play in the new year. Ankney, Getman, Chambers, Leslie, and Large, the starting 5 out there on the floor. Kennedy drives baseline, throws it out high. Jaden runs it down. Getman with 13 to shoot. Plenty of time. On the wing with it is Jill Leslie. to Jaden, back to Jill, to Getman, 5 seconds to shoot. It's go time. Ankney dribbles, attacks right, scoops it up. Miller blocked the shot, but comes to Jill with a stick back.
Oh, Leslie gets some good garbage buckets in the right time of the game, too.
Jill Leslie, 8 points and now 3 rebounds. They try to go to Mears down low. It's off of her fingertips and hit the backboard. It's another turnover for the Lady Tigers. Ankney up ahead, left baseline. Large, she'll kick it out of the wing. Bang! Jaden Getman knocks the eyes out of her 4-3, and it's 72-54 OBU with 7:10 to play.
Boy, how valuable is that? Freshman Jaden Getman, when she's squaring up, these threes are nothing but net, just huge shots.
Michaela Miller into the front court for Ouachita Baptist in the purple and gold LSU look uniforms. Both are Tigers. And another violation. Mears was standing to the sideline.
I'll take 3 for 1, Todd. 1 on Ankney, 2 on Mears, and 1 on Tipton, I think.
16th turnover today for Ouachita. OBU has led by as many as 19. That came with 6:21 to go in the first half. And then they went scoreless for the last 5:41 and trailed by 1 at the break after a 20-0 Ouachita run. Leslie at the top of the circle to Chambers. She'll take a paint, kicks it left corner, 3, no good by Kennedy Large. Michaela Miller has it. She'll throw it up ahead. Harrison underneath the goal, missed it. Stick back by Mears, no good. The foul against OBU.
Well, I think it's better to have that foul than Abby Harrison have an uncontested layup. She got rim rejected, but you cannot let the big 6'2" post player outrun the safeties there.
OBU 49% field goal shooting. Ouachita 46. First free throw is short. Fairless is 1 for 3 at the foul line. It has been a dreadful afternoon shooting for Ouachita from the stripe. Second free throw is no good. That one falls off to the left. They're 6 of 12 for 50%. Ankney slides right, turns the corner to the goal, ends up on the floor, and she's going to the free throw line.
The Tigers just kind of jogging back. Ankney got some 3rd or 4th gear up the right side of the lane, beats everybody to the board.
You know, Scott, it would have been very easy for this game to have completely turned at halftime, and you never can get the momentum back. But OBU came out in that 3rd period and took it to the Lady Tigers, outscoring them 22-10 as Ankney hits both free throws.
Yeah, no doubt is key. And like you said, I think we're both worried, being OBU fans, that Ouachita Baptist had the momentum. They definitely did going into halftime. So that start of that latter half was just crucial.
30-second timeout, Bison, 6:29 to play. Erica now has pushed the lead to 20 with a pair of free throws at 74-54. Fans, be sure to visit the Lunchbox Sandwich Shop at 217 East Main in downtown Shawnee. Remember, it's not just deli, it's just delicious.
Largest lead of the game for the Bison, but as you said, a 20-0 run for Ouachita with only 5:41 left in the end of the second quarter. So statistically, it is not over.
OBU in the second half, 12 of 22. They're 4 of 5 here in the 4th period. Ouachita is just 4 of 16 during that same time, 1 of 5 here in the 4th period. My point being that there are some teams that, despite being the better opponents, would have folded like a cheap suit on bargain day, and they didn't. I mean, I said at the time I thought halftime was the best thing to happen. Recycle, and they did. I mean, they have outscored Ouachita 35-14 since that 20-0 run.
And give it up to the Tigers and Coach Dallimore. That's outstanding. He went with the same thing that was working, trying to get that entry pass there around the free throw line, have one of the posts crash to the boards. The person at the free throw line with that high-low game, dump it off, kind of like what Coach Overton likes to run in his high-low game as well.
Well, but they're 13 to the roster today, and Kayla Richardson is not available. Our underclassmen. The only upperclassman is Michaela Miller, the junior.
They're 5-0-2.
Harding right now losing late in the ball game in Durant, 61-58 to Southeastern. What a turnaround. Southeastern was just obliterated at home less than 2 days ago by Arkansas Tech. Abby Harrison turns it over, try to kick it cross court. Ankney with a steal. Erica being ridden into the front court. And Tipton has her 3rd personal foul. At the other end, Dallimore says, hey, she was pushing off.
Yeah, Tipton rode her for quite a while. Todd Williams just let the couple bumps go, then got her. You just can't ride forever.
Not even jockeys ride forever.
And then once again, Ankney knows that the passing lane is to the left wing. She's on the right, on the defensive side, looking to the right elbow. Would be left elbow for offense. Jumps up and intercepts that pass.
Chambers will inbound and a bounce pass to Jaden Getman. Getman turns it a wide open left corner three. She dribbles up to the wing, looking for Chambers. Ouachita out of the zone to a man. They've been playing that for some time. They're overplaying the passing lanes. Shot clock down to 9. Chambers spins on the baseline and she's fouled. That's on Miller, and that's her 4th personal foul.
That's the main scorer. Miller, when she gets in the paint, she can score. That's good for the Bison. Getman passed up that wide open three in the left corner. I think she was thinking, okay, it's too early in the offense and the shot clock. But when you're that hot, I think Coach Overton wanted Getman to fire that one.
These two teams will play at Arkadelphia February the 2nd. That's a Thursday night at 5:30. The minute's 7:30. And now Joy Babel is coming to the ball game, a 5'4" freshman from Beebe, Arkansas. That is team foul number 4 against Ouachita here with the 4th period with 5:55 to play. Ankney triggers it in bounds, gets the return pass, drives in and throws up a floater and hit it. She is taking this game under control.
She's being strong with her body, feeling the contact, just a curl around up in the middle lane and the one-handed floater.
22-point game. They pivot and go left wing side. Lady Mears with a basketball tied up by Chambers, and that is a turnover. OBU has the arrow.
Good job by Maddie. See, that's how you prevent Mears from shooting those threes, being close to her. And then at the same time, Mears makes a mistake, holds it in front of her body where Chambers can grab it.
Jaden Getman with 20 points today, too shy of tying her career high of 22, set on opening day against Pittsburgh State. That's the most ever by an OBU freshman in their debut in the Division II era. 76-54. Large is cut off elbow left. She'll pivot. Bounces it back out high for Erica Ankney. Around Babel. Bounces it right side. Getman to a jump stop head of the circle. 8 to shoot. The lob at right corner. Leslie touches out of the wing. Driving is Large at a foul. Got her reaching. Grayson Williams with her 4th. The problem has been, Scott, is that Ouachita's about a half step slow, and that's why they're getting a lot of these reach fouls.
I think they're getting a little tired. They like to take it to the Bison, penetrate. Oklahoma Baptist doing it. Of course, when you got a ball handler like Chambers and Ankney, you're going to get ahead of them. That time, Large strong with the body in the left hand.
Free throw is good. She'll get one more. And Kennedy Large has 10 points. She's 5 of 5 in the line. OBU, this would be a school record, 21 of 21 from the foul line. Now they are bringing Bo Overton over. Alan Richardson is saying that Dallimore has asked for a challenge. So I guess they're going to challenge whether or not that was on the shot after they've already shot 2 free throws. That is exactly what Richardson said. He told Bo, he said he's asked for a challenge.
I know. I don't know what he would be challenging.
I don't either.
Because, well, I guess you could still challenge the play before the free throws, because once the second dead ball, another dead ball happens, then you can't go back. But this is that same dead ball, so the challenge still alive. And they're looking at, I can see the screen from here. It's on the.
He appealed whether there was an elbow at 6-11 down here. So we're looking at it to see if there was.
Okay. They are looking to see whether or not there was an elbow at the 6:11 mark of the 4th period. So they've gone back 62 seconds, and that's what they're looking at. Appreciate Steve Searles for coming over and telling us exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and they can do that because this is the first dead ball. The second dead ball they couldn't. Searles said nothing. There's nothing there. We're just play on.
Robert Dallimore, 339 wins as a collegiate and high school head coach. He's been a really successful assistant, associate head coach, and that's it at the Division I level. But if you combine his assistant work, his head coaching work at different levels, he's won 659 games. That's a remarkable career. So nothing to see. Ouachita has the basketball. Michaela Miller out there with 4 fouls. Mears to Michaela against the zone, kicks it left side. Grayson Williams, they'll whip it right. Mears right off the arc, drives, bounces it across the floor. Babel pulls up inside the arc. Her 15-footer is short. Leslie with a rebound.
You know, Mears has that hand taped up. She fumbled that ball. I think she had an open 3, and then by the time she fumbled, the Bison defense recovered.
You can tell she's not 100%, but she still played pretty well with a major disadvantage. Left side is Ankney, bounces it for Leslie, bounces it out high. Graves 3, no good. Rebound to Ouachita with 4:25 to play. Bison still have 3 starters out there. As Hannah Smith is out on the floor along with Camden Graves, and another Ouachita turnover. Ankney pushes into the forecourt, lobs it up ahead for Graves. Good recognition, but good body control by Camden to get the basket. It's 80-54.
Started with the block by Leslie, and then the quick, long pass over half court from Ankney to Graves. Nice catch.
Baseline right, Mears. She'll throw up a rudder. It skips across, no good. Rebound to Hannah Smith. 3:45 to play. It's 80-54. If you're not on this bandwagon yet, you better do so quickly. It's filling up, and it's about to leave the depot. Smith with it above her head, foul line right. Drives to the goal, muscles it up, and hits the side of the rim. Smith gets it back. Shot was blocked by Miller. Rebound to Grayson Williams. To Miller, to the goal, and a hard foul by Maddie Chambers, and that's her fourth.
Well, the Bison, they took care of business. It was not pretty kindly. You know, Henderson State the same way, Todd. You had some of those substitutions. Bison up by double digits, and it was down to a 5-point lead. This time, Ouachita actually took the lead at the half, but the Bison come out smoking.
Ankney, Leslie, Chambers all out of the ball game, and all of them are grinning from ear to ear. Foul shot is up, and that one is no good by Miller. Tell you what, to see somebody like Madison Chambers smiling and enjoying the game again after being part of some tough years here on Bison Hill, well, that is a special thing to see. Second one is no good. It rolled off. And OBU has the rebound with Kayla Highfield.
That was a nice rebound by Highfield between 2 purple shirts, going up high, pulling it down, squeezing it at her chest, protecting the ball.
Faith right, Chloe Poole about to check in. Highfield spins through the top of the key, now spins and goes up. Shot was blocked, but Graves gets the retrieval and puts it in. It was a blocked shot rebound, but it was almost, was it a pass?
Yeah.
Okay, it looked like the ball was deflected.
It was deflected.
In my line of sight, so that's why I thought it might have been a block shot. They call it a pass and an assist. And now Southern is going to come out of the ball game, and Highfield will check out as well, with OBU leading 28. Who would have ever thought a team would lead by 28 after giving up a 20-0 run at one point?
Yeah, you know, Highfield, she drew 3 defenders to her with that reverse pivot in the lane to leave Graves uncovered.
Samantha Watson, a freshman from Arlington, Texas, into the ball game. Quick trigger, tipped in the left circle, no good. Rebound rolls, and Chloe Poole can't run it down. It'll stay with Ouachita. You know, in the era of open transfers, you rarely have the same roster from year to year, although it's not as severe at the Division II level. But, you know, if he doesn't have a bunch of these girls transfer, he has a really nice foundation that he's building.
Boy, there's no doubt, because Dallimore does such a great job getting new freshmen, and those freshmen are starters.
Tipton's 3 right side, good, and there's one of them. And a timeout. It's 82-57, 2:42 to play. We'll pause for these messages of the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits, KGFF.
Here at SCI Supply, you truly can purchase with purpose. Whether you're a university, a K-12 school, a local nonprofit, a church, or an individual, we have exactly what you're looking for. And 100% of the profit from your purchase stays here to fulfill the mission of providing vocational training, employment opportunities, and residential care to individuals with special need. So remember, how does your purchase make a purpose? By investing in South Central, the official office supply store of OBU Athletics.
Wright picks her dribble up, needs help. Chloe Poole finally comes out, and the Ponder, Texas native, able to get the handle. Into the paint is Smith. Right corner three, good. And that's Sydney Duncan, who has 7 points. It's 85-57.
You know, Getman's supposed to doing that. You get Duncan and Getman doing that. That's really going to help the Bison.
Tipton's three, a little too strong. Rebound poked to Rooks. She'll fire for the foul line, and Kendall knocks it down. She's a freshman from Rosebud, Arkansas. And for Rooks, that's her first points in 5 games this year. 85-59. Hannah Smith, left wing, with 1:52 to play in the ball game. Faith Wright with a free throw line extended opportunity. Gets it out high for Graves and a foul. That's on Audrey Winfrey, and that's her third. And OBU into the double bonus, so Camden Graves will go to the free throw line. It is over in Durant. Southeastern has beaten Harding 65-63. Harding will host Oklahoma Baptist in second place next week in Searcy. First foul shot by Graves is short. It's a big win for Darren Grover. Second free throw is good. That's why he's one of the best coaches in the league. They were embarrassed at home Thursday. They come back and beat the preseason conference favorite at Harding this afternoon, 65-63. So at worst, OBU's in a two-way tie heading to Arkansas next week. Tipton got by with a double dribble. They wave it off, and she buries a 14-footer underneath the foul line.
I think what the officials ruled was that ball was hit, so she can dribble it again.
86-61, 90 seconds to play. Smith drives baseline, tries to back down. Samantha Watson cuts her off. Duncan jump passes. Chloe Poole. She'll put up a three. Bang! Chloe Poole this season is now 2 of 2 from 3. 89-61 with a minute 12 to play.
Well, the net barely moved. That was so accurate.
And a block at the other end. Hannah Smith on Winfrey. Nobody can find the handle. Rooks finally has it. Pulls up from 6 at back rims. Rebound tip. It caroms into Winfrey. Her stick back won't go. The third time is good, though, by Tipton. 89-63 at 51 seconds to play.
Well, that's big. You know, Chloe Poole, all the work that she's putting in, very limited minutes on the season, on the floor. Huge three. Nice shot from the corner.
The only other basket she'd scored December the 3rd here against Northwestern. Faith Wright throws it away, looking for Duncan. Threw it right to Winfrey. Into the transition is Rooks. Right corner. They run off Watson, and a blocking foul called against the Bison with 27 seconds to play. That's against Chloe Poole. It's her first. Jaden Getman, 20 points today. One of 4 OBU players to double figures. That's 3 consecutive games. Tipton knocks down a wing left jumper off the inbounds pass, 89-65. OBU can just hold down for the final shot. Faith Wright to Sydney Duncan. 15 seconds to play. Their two alma maters met in the first semester. Dale beating Oklahoma Christian Academy. Both Dale teams in the championship game of the Kingston tournament down in southern Oklahoma. Wright will hold it, looks at the scoreboard, the final score. Oklahoma Baptist 89, Ouachita Baptist 65. So the first road test in Arkansas coming up for OBU. And they will go in with no worse than a share of first place in a Great American Conference. Our final today, the Bison 89, Ouachita 65. Our postgame show is coming up after these messages of the Bison Sports Network in Classic Hits KGFF.
So we're only